Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neal Ruhl. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Yo, welcome back, everybody, to Big D Energy right here, Woodward Sports Network on a Wednesday. My name is Neal Ruhl. That guy over there, that's D-Mac, Darren McCarty, here in the house. Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. We are locked and loaded. Certainly have some NFL stuff to get to because we always do, because the people demand it. Critical question for everybody a little bit later on. How much is too much for the NFL Sunday Ticket, which is moving to YouTube TV? We will discuss. Detroit City Wednesdays back. D-Mac, I know you're fired up.
I am fired up, Michael Bryant. The mustaches will be in the building. I got to get a couple of grooming tips maybe from the master himself, but it's always a great time of year. You know how supportive, obviously, not just because. And let me clarify this. Because when we announced this, I read something on there that they accuse you of bringing soccer to this. No, absolutely not. The reason we have DCFC on Wednesdays, yes, the connection is you, but it's because these are the champions in this city, and they deserve this. Northern Guard, Hamtramck, Keyworth, let's go. This is what Woodward Sports about, the people. These are the people. So, if anybody's got a problem, bring it over here, right? That would be me, Darren McCarty 4 on Twitter. Let's go.
It's a
I
vibe.
can't wait to see it. Happy to get it. Obviously, rougher start to the beginning of the year. Things have changed, but what Trevor James has done with that program and what the Northern Guard and the people of this city have done, I do not care. Big D Energy is all about it, and Wednesdays are back with the boys.
There you go, everybody.
Keyword's vibe,
Can we clip that, please?
Yes, absolutely. Spenmo knows. He's been out there.
I've been out in the streets. Keyworth's great time. Me and Easy popping smoke. We were chilling in the owner's box. It was a good time.
I
One of
got you
my
set up in
favorite-
there.
yeah.
That's all I know.
One of my favorite pictures, ever in the city, is me popping smoke, Ronnie handing me with the Northern Guard with the city in the background. It's an experience. I think as you get older, in my 51 years, Neal, I'm all about experiences. And to have it downtown Detroit, we're better.
No, absolutely. So we will talk to Michael Bryant as well. Pistons financial deep dive. We do it when every team is when their season is over. We go into it, and we'll take a look at what it looks like for next year. We'll run a tankathon draft simulator. Yeah, we will get that going as well. That'll be the official one that we go off of, and then we'll take a look at everything. Cap space, draft capital, all of it. We got to reboot a little with the Detroit Pistons and see what ways are forward. And look, Troy Weaver came out. He said some stuff to the media, and I liked it. I liked what I heard, and we'll address that as to why. Yes, everybody, we'll talk NFL draft. Easy. We'll talk some Detroit Lions as well. We will get into all of that. So it is a big-time show lined up here today. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Get in on there. Pete Smith, first one in this morning. A mild upset. What is up, people? Pete, what is up? Tammy Chin, good morning, Neal, Darren, Sam, and Spencer. Hello, Tammy. Detroit Dabber in there as well. Detroit Dabber 313. Aye, Michael Bryant's on today. Nice. Let's go Detroit City FC. Dom Rivera, happy hump day to everybody. So there it is. Tyler B, another show about basketball. They're a team in the city. It's a Detroit sports show. They're a Detroit sports team. Sorry. Have to do it. Sorry. All right. But anyway, though, so yeah, let's get it in. You guys get your thoughts out there. We will get it rocking and rolling. Spenmo, you're out tomorrow.
I am.
And this is something that bothers the piss out of me all the time when it happens.
Yeah.
Got car service you got to do,
I
right?
do.
You said it's getting pretty dangerous.
It's getting
now.
pretty dangerous. Yeah, it's steering wheel's kind of shaky. When I hit the freeway, it's a on the right driver's side tire. So I'm gonna take her in tomorrow and get her checked out, see what's going on. Don't want that to happen. So
yeah, absolutely, you don't. What sucks more than that too? But you got to take the car in. It's like it kills a whole morning. You know this. You're not just gonna walk in and it's gonna get done.
Yeah.
It's gonna leak into the afternoon. Mm-hmm. It's paralyzing.
Luckily for me, there is a discount tire literally three blocks from my house. so I can drop it off, give him my number, walk home, chill there for a little bit.
That's big time.
Yeah, so that's clutch.
That is big time. It's funny, too, because I get tire rotation or whatever. The tire place I go to, Planet Fitness, is around the corner.
Nice.
So I two bird with one stone it.
Hell yeah.
You know, and do all that. So that does work out well as all. Kenton says it sounds like a CV joint. Get ready.
Okay. Yeah, I took,
You know.
See, I took it to my mechanic, and he said it was the front right tire, so take it to the tire shop. I was like, all right. My guy Mo. Shout out Mo. I'm Van Dyke.
It's always good. You need a mechanic,
Yeah.
bro. Don't tell me what. Tell me who. You need a guy.
You need a guy.
for
That's my
everything.
guy.
Especially in the car business. Jeb Larb says if Pistons can stay healthy next year, should be playing for the play-in. We'll discuss the path, right? Because that's what the offseason is for, and we do it with every team. Now, yesterday, the Jeff Okudah stuff swooped in and took over everything, so you'll have to forgive us there, but we will do it. We'll be doing it next week, D-Mac, too, with the Red Wings. We'll take stock. We'll see where we're at.
Absolutely. You'll do money, and I'll just sit here and smile and know that we're gonna add up the youth of the nation, the Red Wing-wheeled nation, and stuff like this. And it's right now, it's onward and upward. It feels like almost you can see land, right? I use the ship analogy that we're out of the port, we're in the heavy seas, it's rough water, but it's starting to get a little calmer. But you can almost make out that there is land in the distance. So,
Yeah. No, that is true.
It's becoming an exciting time. Obviously, we know this, right? You have 15 days. Stoke not scared.
Stoke
Bricked
not
up.
scared.
Let's go, right? Like
Bricked
we're all
up.
15 days away from when our
Stoke
guy
not
cooks the
scared.
hardest. We're
Stoke
talking
not
about
scared.
March, right?
Stoke not
It's time to
scared.
get excited.
Stoke not scared.
I can't wait till we can get excited about 3 teams in this town.
You know
Bricked
what?
up.
Like Stoke not scared, obviously, is on the T-shirt, and that's become like the mantra. But low-key,
Bricked up.
bricked up is
We
and
gotta
there they
get-
are right
We
there, by
gotta
the
get
way.
stickers.
Yeah.
Bricked
Bricked
up
up.
stickers. Oh yeah.
Bricked up. It's almost like a button. I want to put it on and turn it
It
on.
could just
I'm
be like
bricked
a
up.
brick with an up arrow.
Yes. And we could do it for each of the team's colors. It'll work.
I'll get a bricked up tattoo if they win a playoff game.
We should do a limited edition
Oh,
teal
other
line.
side, we need to get Spenny
Yeah.
a bet so that he can get the inner thigh tattoo of the brick up
Not inner
next
thigh.
to the Dan Campbell. Oh, I mean on the thigh, not the inner thigh.
Yeah.
That's where the Dan Campbell.
We're
goes.
not doing the tattoo show. We'll save that for July.
Okay. I'll get a bricked up tattoo
Wait
if
till
they
the
win a
draft's
playoff game
over.
this
Yeah.
year.
Last night, too, and I'll give you guys this story. Real quick, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Pete Smith says, Pete beating Dabber. I like how he's talking about himself in the third person. Pete beating Dabber is like App State over Michigan. What do you think about that, Sam Flannel?
Ooh.
It is a big upset.
Oh, that's a big upset here, but the App State over Michigan, that was one of my worst memories as a teen. Although that Appalachian State team was better than I think people give them credit for, but still no excuse when I think they came into the season ranked top 5, completely wrecked their season. Terrible.
Or like Middle Tennessee State beating Michigan State.
That's fair.
That was, oh my god.
Those are, I'd say, equivalents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That hurt my heart. The dude with the dreads, I don't even know his name. I don't know where he is. All I know, he was a small forward. He had dreads, and he was hitting every single shot he took.
Yeah.
They were playing good defense on him, too, and he's hitting
Fadeaways.
turnaround leaners from 17 feet, just cash. I was like, oh, my God, dude. Like, what is going on?
Well, at least they were Division One, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
That is fair.
You could-
Armani
Giddy
Edwards, their
Potts,
quarterback,
yeah.
though, turned into an NFL wide receiver, just for the record.
Giddy Potts wasn't the guy with the dreads, but Giddy Potts was balling as well.
Yeah. Let's Go Red Wing Sparty says we should make bricked up underwear. I don't know about all that. My point was, like, low key bricked up has become one of the. I prefer bricked up to Stoke not scared.
It's fair.
It's more
No,
inclusive.
Stoke not scared
Is
is
exclusive.
the PG version
Of
of
bricked
bricked up, being the PG-13. Could get into the R. There might be a rated R with the playoff version is like fully bricked. I don't know. I mean, you've built that mansion.
bricked up for the
foundation.
draft. I know that everybody is. I know that everybody's bricked up for the draft. Pete also says that's the most inexcusable loss in sports history. The App State loss.
Yeah, that was
that one
tough.
was pretty bad.
My dad was. Oh man, that was funny.
He was bricked up.
He was not bricked up. My dad's a big Michigan guy.
Yeah. Those were fun times, though. Those were pretty funny. Sebastian Chose, Lakers looked like bozos last night. The refs had to save them. Somebody in the studio was up until 1 a.m. watching the play-in game watching the Lakers of Los Angeles. Who was it?
Okay, so for all the people saying that the refs won that game for the Lakers, was it the refs' fault that Anthony Edwards shot 3 of 17? Was it the refs' fault that Rudy Gobert decided to get himself suspended for the game? Was it the ref that gave LeBron powers to go 30, 10, and 6 on 57% shooting? And the ref actually made the call when Anthony Davis fouled Mike Conley to give him 3 free throws to tie the game. I'm not saying the Lakers played well. I'm just saying that they are going to be dangerous against the Memphis Grizzlies. They for sure have 2 of the 3 best players in the series, and on any given night, they could have the best player in the series. I mean, I'd probably give it to Ja, but AD and LeBron at the peak of if they play their game, Lakers can win that series.
LeBron's still the best player in the series. It's still LeBron.
I appreciate that. I mean, when he gives you, 29, 8, and 7 on 50%
he's
shooting
what?
this
He's
year?
38?
38 years old.
That's the word peak, right? He said peak.
Yeah.
He's not in the peak. The whole thing with Anthony Davis, too, it's the day to Davis availability, right?
Right, day to Davis,
Look at that
exactly.
mustache.
D-Mac, what about this? At 38, this dude arguably could still be the best player in the game. At times. And you know what I'm saying? Like, for a night, he can be.
No. There's no question that he still has the ability to take over a game. But the fact is, what does he have enough supporting staff, Sam? You watched that game last night and took it down. Neal even said, and Neal's a LeBron fan, but Neal even said, I was hoping they sort of won. Because your distaste for Anthony Davis has permeated
that's
over.
aggressive.
That is not aggressive.
That's aggressive.
Sam, is that fair? Am I reading this
It
as
absolutely
distaste?
is fair. And people,
I thought that's being nice.
I know, Neal, you don't want to admit this, but this is factual. Anthony Davis was the Western Conference Player of the Month when the Lakers needed him the most. He gave you 28 and 12 on 59% shooting, 7 30-point games, and 7 30-point double-doubles. That's factual.
That is factual.
He is
right. And
that's even factual.
What changed? Oh, he played.
He played.
Like, he actually played.
I understand that.
He
And-
wasn't Data Davis then.
And
At
they
that
needed-
point, he ceased being Data Davis and became Anthony Davis again.
Yes.
Up until the time where he returned to
and
being
how do we
Data
know,
Davis.
Neal? Because his jorts turn into gym shorts.
Yeah.
That's
That
how we
is
know,
true.
Sam.
Just look at what kind of shorts he has on. If
That's
they're
all
Laker
it is.
shorts, he's Anthony Davis. But when he has jorts and a cardigan, he's Data Davis.
All I know is when he was healthy for an entire playoff run, he was the Robin to the Lakers winning a championship in the bubble. Arguably, at times, the Batman. When he
was balling in the bubble.
He was balling. And you know what? He can stay healthy for a playoff series.
Now-
I'd like to see them for a playoff run. I would like to see them avoid overtime more often going forward, especially in a game that they definitely should have won in regulation. But LeBron and AD for a playoff run, dangerous.
Now, he wasn't TJ Warren balling in the bubble.
yeah, right.
But he was balling in the bubble.
That
TJ
was-
Warren was bubble god.
the biggest anomaly in NBA history. Never seen anything like it.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Mike G says, I'm so bricked up I drove a cement truck to work today. So
Yeah. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Full mast on a Wednesday.
I'm telling you, know what? Again, yesterday,
Bricked up, we could get a cement truck.
yeah.
Spitting out bricks in the back.
Oh, man.
you know what? I give us credit, the Big D Energy community, for speaking into existence 4 quarterbacks in the first 4 picks of the
Yes.
NFL draft. We are taking credit for that as a collective. You know what else I'm going to do when this is all said and done? Bricked Up is going to take over Stoke Not Scared.
Oh, for sure.
I'll take it at plus money right now. I'll take it at plus money. I will.
It's more universal.
Yeah.
It's a more universal term.
As I said, it's all inclusive.
And most people wake up bricked up. So, like, it's how you start your day most of the time anyways.
Or go to sleep with
Yeah,
one of the two.
Or go to sleep bricked up.
Kind
Especially
of hard to
around
go to
here.
sleep bricked up.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh my God. I've never been more thankful for commercial break in my life than I am right now. We come back. We'll be joined by Michael Bryant of Detroit City FC. US Open Cup will be back. Detroit City FC taking on the MLS again. And we all know how that worked out the first time. The Sports Marketing Agency, they help spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast is called This is the S Word. Helps fight the stigma associated with seeking help. If you're struggling or you know someone who's struggling, go to thesportsma.com. Thesportsma.com. The Sports Marketing Agency is here to help.
High blow Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, all of you, woodwardsports.com chat thread. And we were talking about right before we went to the commercial break, but City Wednesdays are back. That's right, on Wednesdays during the season. Try to catch up with somebody from Detroit City FC. They got a big-time matchup that's going to be the place to be coming up soon when they square up with Minnesota United of MLS in the U.S. Open Cup that will be going down at Keyworth Stadium. So make sure you get out to there. Go to debtcityfc.com. Get tickets. Less than 2 weeks away from that matchup and the season going on. And accordingly, we talked to our guy, Michael Bryant, here on Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Defender, midfielder, kind of a Swiss Army guy, whatever needs to be done, that's what he'll do. He doesn't want to talk about that right now. He wants to talk about bricked up, right? Like, that's what you said, right?
Just like you said, you wake up with it, so I'm always ready.
Well, that's the whole thing.
I don't go to sleep with it. I don't go, but waking up, yeah, I can see it.
Oh my God.
Michael Bryant, I would consider him, if you know and you watch DCFC, he's more of a grind liner. He is
absolutely. That's a good comp.
He's a absolute guy that's meat and potatoes. Usually, not a clean uniform at the end of the match. So he's always involved. My first question to you, obviously, a lot of changes this year. Last year, can we say was a successful season for the team, or was it a little bit disappointing going to this year? Let's recap last year, because there was if you followed, there was a lot of exciting moments for this team.
Yeah, first off, thanks for having me on.
Absolutely.
This is awesome.
Look at that mustache. I'm enamored right now.
Such a cool setup right now, so it's pretty cool to be with you guys here.
For sure.
But no, great question. Absolutely. I think first year in the league, a lot of people, doubted us, didn't think we were going to really do anything. Said that we weren't going to make playoffs. We kind of just all came together. A lot of guys that have fell through the cracks, have been overlooked, and we grinded it out, went on a good run here and there throughout the season, and then obviously got into the playoffs, which I think shocked a lot of people. But we knew that probably 5 or 6 games we were we can play. We can compete. We can compete against all these guys who have been in the MLS before. And, we didn't really question ourselves. We knew we had to get the job done. And making the playoffs was a huge step for the club and the team.
Here on Big D Energy, Michael Bryant from Detroit City FC joining us on City Wednesdays. They'll be squaring up with Minnesota United in the U.S. Open Cup. Get out to Keyworth, everybody. Fits to be popping that night, so make sure that you're a part of that. But Michael, as you look at it, lots of talk about WoodwardSports.com chat thread LFG. Michael Bryant looking bricked up adjacent, so there's that as well. We'll talk more about the season in a second. I'm going to give the people what they want right now: the mustache. That's what everybody's talking about right now.
Absolutely.
Getting a lot of Super Troopers comps, stuff like that. So a lot of mustache comps right now.
911 Junior.
Yeah.
I see a little younger Ron Jeremy in there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
But what is it? Hey, listen, and mine sort
I
of.
saw you rocking it.
Well, I don't have the balls to like take it all down and just go straight stash. I gotta have like some garbage around here. But like, give us a little bit of little history behind the Michael Bryant lip fur.
Yeah, so my pops has always had a mustache.
Mm-hmm.
So he was LA County firefighter, and so he's always had a stash. And honestly, I probably had it now about 2.5 years now, and I kind of just did it just for fun. And I was rocking it, and I was like, "Yo, what do you think?" Like, asked my teammates, like, "What do you guys think I should do?" Like, keep it going. And then obviously it's blown up into what I couldn't even imagine it to. But no, I love it. Now I match my pops, but he's got the flat cut. Like the little top. I can't do that yet, but maybe eventually. But no, I got it. Just trying to be like my pops, and that's probably like the inspiration behind it. But man, it's taking
like
over.
Tom Selleck-ish. Like it is just like it is like perfect. Like if you look at like mine's raggedy and it like sort of dessert goes with the hair, but yours is do you groom it? Do you take just what you see is what you get?
That's
and go.
What you see is what you get. A lot of people ask me like, "What do you do to it? What do you put into it?" I'm like,
it's just a gift.
Nothing. It just it just grows and does its thing, and but I obviously like clean it up a little bit. But
right. Well, has a beard company or a mustache company approached you for using those oils?
That's the thing.
Yet?
I need to find one.
We got it. Yeah,
I need to find. I'm not very educated on mustache companies. But
I might know a little bit. There it is. Look at it.
Spenmo's living his best life.
He's got the smile too. So we need to dive into those.
No, we will. We'll get it figured out. No question about it. Though, talking to Michael Bryan here, Detroit City FC. So Michael, you're a California guy, and I'm always amazed with this dynamic because you were one that came in here and you played most of your soccer in California as well. Kind of came out here to Detroit with Detroit City FC. You fit right in from second one around here. A little bit. You like to have some laughs and things like that.
Yes,
but what is it about this city? Because you came back here, like you enjoy it here, you love it here and stuff like that. This Detroit is, I don't want to say it's anti-California. It's different than California. That's certainly something to say. But although you're a California guy, I talked about the fact that you're like that Swiss Army type dude where you'll go do what's necessary. This town here in Detroit, we love that, man. Do you find yourself fitting in from that perspective of being here in Detroit?
Absolutely. I feel like whenever I come into different situations that I'm not really familiar with, I go in with an open mind, no matter like what it is, people I'm meeting, different places. And coming into Detroit, like you said, is extremely different than home. Extremely different. The people are way nicer out here. People in California are just so fake and just tell you whatever you want to your face. But I love it out here. Everybody's super, super nice. But like you said, man, Detroit fans they're a different breed. In the best way. I've not experienced anything like it when it comes to the Red Wings, Tigers, and then obviously DCFC. I've never imagined anything in my life and never seen anything in my life like it. And so I think that's a huge, nice change for me. And like you said, like in the off season when they offered me that new contract, I was like, this is the best option for me. Spend another 2 years out here. I love every minute of it. I love meeting all these people out here. And I obviously love the team and the organization. So I was like, this is home for right now. And got my apartment to actually look like a home now. So it feels a lot better, a lot better. So I'm enjoying it. And especially with the sun out. Like I'm, February.
You got to work with us on that one here, Michael. It takes a minute. And don't get all like thinking this is the way it is.
Trust me, I know. Late April is going to be some snow. I just know.
This is just a taste.
Yeah,
bro.
I already know.
You just get a taste.
When the sun is out, it's just, everybody's a lot more enjoyable and happy, and I don't know, it's nice.
Isn't that the truth? Now, you mentioned earlier, obviously last year being the first year in the league, and now we always talk about this being the second year, the sophomore year. Yeah. Is there a sophomore jinx, or how do you guys, because you can compete now, and obviously the roster's changed. You've lost some firepower and Antoine and different things like that, but what is, I guess, coming out of the locker room or the mindset to all you guys, especially you veterans that were here last year?
Yeah, I think it was really important that we kept a solid group together. I think there was probably 11 or 12 of us that we kept. But yeah, like sophomore season, we're still going to be overlooked and be like, oh, that was just a 1 year little thing, and they'll fall back down. So adding in all the new guys, I think is been a little change for us of trying to get everybody clicking, especially in the attacking half. But I see the talent we have every single day, and I see what we do in practice, and I know everything will eventually come together. Just in a little run through right now, but we need to pick it up. But I'm not really worried at all. I know that everybody will kind of click together. I know it takes time. It takes time when you bring in a lot of different guys in the attacking half. So, but I see the talent we have, and I'm really excited for it to keep going on this season.
And for those that don't know, the USL Championship season, it started already. This mug goes till October. Like, this thing goes on and on and on. What, 38 matches? I want to say. I mean,
if you don't include like Open
That's
Cup.
yeah, and that's with like U.S. Open Cup. Like, imagine a tournament running like and for those that don't know about that, it's kind of like a Champions League but of American soccer, where they take teams and you can play different levels. Like Detroit City FC beat the Columbus Crew out of the MLS. Minnesota United coming into town as well, which we're going to do this fairly regularly with you, Michael. So we won't get to everything, but again, be out there for that. DebtCityFC.com for tickets to that. What do you got, D-Man?
My question is, with all these, how do you keep it organized in your head? Like for me, like the schedule, right? You might have some games on the schedule, but do you know going out there, okay, we play this game and it matters for this league and this one matters for this tournament? Does it change mentally because it's not straight linear like it is in the other professional leagues?
I would just say it's more mentally challenging. Like this past week when we had 3 games in a week, obviously physically challenging. You play a Saturday game and then you play a Tuesday game. It's not a lot of recovery. And then you go to another Saturday game where you're either traveling like we did to Louisville. So it takes a toll on the body for sure. And then also mentally, you want to play your best every single game, And so when you're starting to feel a little knocks or anything, you kind of just got to push through. But there's only like a couple weeks throughout the season that we have 3 games in a week. If we keep going on in the Open Cup, we'll have a little bit more. But definitely I would say more of a mental struggle to really just be focused for that next game after, being physically exhausted.
So for the fans out there that are watching Big D Energy for the first time, again, you're a California guy. Lakers or Clippers?
Oh, easily Lakers. Easily.
Now, Sam Flannel and I were debating earlier on the Anthony Davis thing. Well, when he plays, he's Anthony Davis.
Absolutely.
When he has jorts and a cardigan on, with glasses with no frames in them, then he becomes Davis, Anthony Davis. So did you watch a Lakers game last night?
Yeah, I did. Extremely stressed out. Yeah.
You were, okay. Where do you think they're going to end up? Because this is a big point of contention in this show a lot. Can they win the chip?
I would like to think we could make it to the Western Conference Finals, but it's just tough. Like you said, if LeBron and AD can stay healthy and play effectively, then I think 1,000% we can make it to the Western Conference Finals. But after last night, just kind of the rotations between AD and like Jay Vanderbilt and just like, I don't know, some of the things weren't working.
Jay Vanderbilt.
But then he went to Schroeder and Huchimara, or however you say his name, Rui. Absolutely changed like the game, honestly, in my opinion. But I think the Grizzlies are a walk in my opinion. In my opinion.
And you'll be back to answer the bell on that.
Absolutely,
all right,
absolutely.
Angels or Dodgers? The Angels or Dodgers?
Angels.
Angels?
Yeah.
How do they not win
Not
with those
really
two
proud
guys?
of it, but man, we've been so bad for so long. So
They're good players though.
great top 2 players, honestly, in MLB, but they're scoring all the runs and we're still losing all the games.
No pitchers.
Exactly.
Close to D-Mac's heart here. Ducks or Kings?
Ducks by 1,000.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, I'd have thought you'd have been a Kings guy for sure.
Quack,
No.
quack, quack. Well, he's probably down more Orange County.
Yeah, so like right by Anna.
Listen to the accent.
Yeah.
This is Orange County.
That's funny that people say that. I don't even feel like I have an accent, but
You do.
a lot of people say that. So I was like,
lastly, the historic football franchises of LA, the Chargers or the Rams?
neither.
Nobody likes them there, do they?
Like Chargers are okay. Chargers are all right. They left San Diego, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But go Birds. Shout out Antoine.
That's what they're saying, though. They're saying you're an OC dude. Well, Michael, I appreciate you sliding through, and we're going to do this as the season rolls
My
out.
Wednesdays are open.
Okay, yeah. Well, we were supposed to do this last week, and then
Besides that Wednesday.
and Trevor popped up and had a training session. Real quick before we go, because I have to ask that. D-Mac, huge Trevor James guy.
Yep.
I am too. I got a feeling D-Mac and I get a different Trevor James than maybe you guys do after a result doesn't go your way. Is that fair?
Absolutely.
Because I can't picture him that way because he's never that way.
See, I can picture him getting there. And
Okay.
to the one thing that we've talked about a long time, what makes greats, and I see a lot of Scotty Bowman in him, but he's also not Scotty Bowman because he's got he's got the way that he'll have a conversation, you know where you stand. But oh, dude, are you kidding me? I can just imagine that accent when he gets heated and red. And he can get red, right?
He can get red. There's no, like...
He never moves on the side. Like, he's never that way on the sideline.
He's so composed, and the only real times I've seen him is, like, when the refs have been a little off, and that's the only time I've really seen him this year, like, super mad. But he will never, like, yell. But you know when he's pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't want to...
It's like your father.
You don't
almost.
want... Yeah.
He's not mad.
Brings back memories.
He's disappointed.
He's disappointed.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's facts.
But Michael, yeah, man, we're gonna run this, man.
Perfect.
Absolutely. It's easy for you to get here and all that kind of stuff, man.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
super easy.
We'll do it, man. I'll be in touch with you. We'll get you back on here. We'll talk more about the season. But again, U.S. Open Cup coming up. Detroit City FC, Minnesota United out of the MLS. And remember how that worked last year with the Columbus Crew. We'll get you on before that game, and we'll talk about
It's
it.
going to be a party in Detroit that night, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Michael Bryant, everybody, D-Mac.
Best
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Of
Best
course, man.
stash in the city.
Now, look, man, yeah, we've been talking a lot about mustaches. What about haircuts?
No, here's the thing. He said that his old man, he took it from his dad, and he doesn't have the flat top crew cut yet. But when he gets old enough and he's ready, you know where he needs to go. And there's a lot of things going on, because how would you like to win a new vehicle for you and a friend? That's right, a new car for you, your wife, your best friend, or your best bud. Just get to a Lady Jane's. Yes, a Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, and automatically register for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. Make sure you're watching WoodwardSports.com for our new show, Chompin' Puck.
He shoots! He scores!
With four-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and Michael Gentry. Chompin' Puck is taking the Detroit hockey community and giving them a voice. Pros to Joes. You'll get the best Detroit hockey coverage around. Chompin' Puck. Saturdays 1 p.m. on WoodwardSports.com.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan.
Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals in town. Plus, they will beat all competitors by $5. ChiliPeppersTanning.com. Hottest bulbs, hottest deals, darkest tans. Your vitamin D headquarters.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to WoodwardSports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to WoodwardSports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer. We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
Off and pushing here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you. Big shout out to Michael Bryant from Detroit City FC. Alex Haggerty, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Is Michael a Ted Lasso fan? He is. We can talk about that next time. LFG, dude is chill AF. Cali vibes all day long.
That must just be such a cool locker room, because all the guys we met from DC, like Maxie, Stephen Carroll, Hope No, and now Mike, like, they're all cool ass dudes. Like, it's probably such a cool locker room.
Soccer dudes and hockey dudes, man. I don't know what it is about you guys, man, but you guys just
soft. It's because we're all soft.
Here's one of my favorite ones. Jor, haven't seen you in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread before. Jor, Neal should be a sports announcer. He has a great voice. I'll look into it, man. Maybe that's an angle that I'll go down. Maybe that's an angle I'll go down, and we'll see.
Never too late to get your start, Neal.
Well, I'll weigh my options.
Yeah.
I'll see. I'll see what we can do.
What would you do though if you did it?
I don't know. I'd have to sit and think about it. And maybe I'd do some soccer, some basketball.
It's sort of in your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Spend Saturdays at a local establishment.
Sure.
To the line, Trixie. And up next on the stage.
Well, I have that to fall back on, too.
Neal, here's a great question by Wyatt Breyer. Do the DCFC guys have side jobs? Do they, or is their profession?
This is their profession.
Did they make it up?
It's real professional sports, everybody.
And the league.
They get jerseys and everything. It's really neat.
No, they are pros. They get paid paid accordingly.
There's 7,000 people at the game.
There's
more people.
50s NHL.
There's more people at Keyworth in the summer than there will be at Comerica Park when they square up on a night.
Facts.
Factual.
That is facts.
No media ever reports that, but trust me.
Are we not media? I report it all the time. Popping smoke in the city.
Trust me.
Where do I get my handbook out, boys?
Yeah.
It's in the wallet, ready to go.
George says, Neal, I apologize. Just found this channel half an hour ago. Didn't know you are. No, man, it's all fun, man. We're like that. Kings of sarcasm, stuff like that. Hey, George, welcome.
In. We just crowned you in. You're part of the.
You're
part of the family
in.
now.
You're all the way in
like
now.
The rest of it.
Yeah, we're all the way in. Thanks for popping in here on Big D Energy on the Woodward Sports Network. You know, this Lions thing.
Which one? The trade?
No, not the trade. I mean, we just the trade broke yesterday. If you want to, make sure you subscribe to the podcast. By the way, iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker. You can go back, rewind, fast forward. Some people said in here they're not soccer people. Perfect. If you're listening on the podcast, fast forward through it. Go on to the rest of the show if it's not your thing. We touch on it all, and we're going to hit them all here today. Spemo, this isn't right? Lions now have the 4th best odds to win the NFC.
They do.
That's not right,
They
right?
do, right there.
They do not.
It's San Francisco plus 350, Philadelphia Eagles plus 350, Dallas Cowboys plus 850, and Detroit Lions plus 900.
So they are basically on equal footing with the Dallas Cowboys. And D-Mac, the way that these bets have been coming in hot and heavy and furious, it's a matter of time before they move up to 3rd.
You wonder why we wake up bricked up all the time. I mean, Vegas is bricking us up. They're gosh darn Viagra. They're spiking our cocktails and stuff. How do we not? What do we sit here and do all the time? Vegas knows. And then Vegas is like giving us Super Bowl odds in the top 10. They're giving us NFC North. It's like this. How can we not be bricked and stoked? Don't be scared, guys. Vegas knows. This actually, Neal, is the thing that makes me the most confident out of anything that I hear.
See, I don't like it.
Okay.
I don't like it.
But here's the thing, Neal, because you go back to this and go all this other stuff because you're getting all out here and go, Brad Holmes. I like it. Yes. Exhale.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Man, you got to that early.
I did.
You gotta let the segment brew a little before you shoot it all down,
but
man.
Because we don't need to brew it up like that and tease it like that and whatever. You should be fully bricked and bricked even more because they're giving you everything. And here's the one thing why. And it's not just Brad Holmes, it's because I believe that the Detroit Lions organization is finally ready to embrace this pressure or whatever it is. They know who they are. Led by everyone. It starts with Brad Holmes.
Can I hit you with this, D-Mac?
Can I
hit you with this real quick?
Brick it up.
Here's my concern. As money pours in on the Detroit Lions, what typically happens? How does Vegas put these huge screens and these elaborate buildings and
so you're going? They're throwing the smoke and mirrors mirage out there. Right?
That's trying my concern. To tease you. They're not in the business of giving money away.
Guys, hold on. Everybody out, woodwardsports.com in the chat. That's a guy that sounds scared, not stoked.
Yeah.
Right? Now, Flannel? Is that a guy that sounds a little scared, not stoked?
That's why I prefer brick
I
up.
like to be in the conversation. Right? We're in the conversation, and it's not in for a week. This is laid down. Yeah, maybe Vegas is trying to toy around, but you know better than I do, Neal. When it comes down to money, they don't play that hard, right? Wait till after the draft. After the draft, if our boy cooks the way he's supposed to at the barbecue, the odds are probably going to go down. Are you prepared for that, scaredy pants? Scaredy pants.
Okay, no. Hold on.
What is this? What is this? Don't be scared. Spenny. Right?
Yeah.
Do you hear trepidation?
I do.
Those words, but they get, and that's scared, Neal.
No, it's not. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Defend yourself, scared little boy.
Woodwardsports.com chat thread. Neal is not bricked up. I am bricked up.
Audio drop. Get it, Sam.
I'm bricked up. I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? Other people ruin stuff.
No, I know you're bricked up, but you're scared.
Right.
You've been there before, too. Everybody's been there. Bricked up and scared.
Bricked up and scared it's a bad combination.
Hold on. Groove, flashback. Yeah. Anyway, so, but Neal, this is the time. Like, if I'm going to tell you the destination's an oasis and it's all about the journey, guys, embrace this journey part. Because I firmly believe that this is becoming more of the norm. Right to the facts that you are in the company. Because you know what? Everything's coming to fruition. Maybe that to the fact that where the Lions are with the Cowboys is that Vegas is in on the smoke and mirrors of what the Cowboys are also. So,
and that's the one thing, D-Mac, because while I'm talking about rack, Neal is only pebbled up, not bricked up. Now while we say this, I will say this. If I were going to bet money, like if I'm Johnny sports fan in Montana and I'm going to bet money, hell yeah, I would put my money on the Lions generations before I would put it on the Cowboys, because we know how the story ends with the Cowboys. We know what Rain Dakota is going to end up doing. That is the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, by the way. That is fact, not opinion. Rain Dakota Prescott is the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Don't fall for the fake news narrative that's out there. He is in fact Rain Dakota Prescott. That is his name. But with all that being said, that is the one thing, D-Mac, that does get me a little more excited, because they are going to pass the Cowboys in the odds, because you're an idiot if you bet on the Dallas Cowboys to win the NFC. You are. I'm sorry. You're an idiot.
So, okay, time out right now and we'll go to the betting lines. So if you're an idiot to bet them, shouldn't you be putting your money on the Lions then? Aren't they better value to where they're at? I mean,
absolutely.
The thing that would worry me a little bit more,
the thing that would get you soft for the weekend,
that would brick me to pebbles, right? As to use rakes to take me from bricks,
that would pebble you down.
It would pebble me down. Is if they were the favorite or the second favorite, and they're not. Because what they're telling you being around the fourth is that it could happen. It might happen, and wait till after the draft, because then it could be going up. But you feel this around here. They just feel it nationally, and we're not used to it because it's legit. I'm getting bricked again.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Shane Sandrock says, Flannel, you got to hit the draft chime. Neal needs to get bricked up again.
Easy, see, ladies, easy breezy lemon squeezy. Just put that on your cell phone. That'll get your husband come into the room every time.
Every single time. Cintron's the official energy drink of the Detroit Red Wings. Exclusive offer for Woodward Sports fans. The Red Wings Edition 6-pack sampler box. $15, free shipping. Boom. If you haven't tried Cintron yet, D-Mac drinks it on the regular. I'm sure we were smashing them last night as well. My sons like it when they go down to Little Caesars Arena. Proud partner with the Pistons, proud partner with the Red Wings. And their deal right now, limited edition Red Wings themed 6-pack, $15, free shipping right to your door. Go to drinkcintron.com/Woodward. You know what? Why wait? drinkcintron.com/Woodward. Cintron, Darren McCarty.
Drink it, live it, love it with Cintron.
You've heard of Gordon Ramsay. You've heard of Bobby Flay. But Thursday night Master Chef Brad Holmes will be in the kitchen with all of the ingredients needed to make a great dish on draft night. Join Woodward Sports for our third annual Woodward Sports Draft Party, live at 5th Avenue in Royal Oak. The past 2 years, these parties have been standing room only, so get your tickets early at eventbrite.com. Don't miss out on all the fun with Braylon Edwards, Ryan Ermanni, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, and the entire Woodward Sports crew. The party starts at 7:30 p.m. Don't miss the biggest draft party in the Motor City, brought to you by the biggest network, Woodward Sports.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization, we serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Neal Ruhl here for Custom Health Centers. Are you feeling tired, depressed, unmotivated, maybe low sex drive, muscle loss, or belly fat? Testosterone optimization therapy is a safe and effective way to restore your vitality, confidence, and performance. You can also reduce your risk for heart disease as well. Visit CustomHealthCenters.com today. That's CustomHealthCenters.com. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you. And just chopping it up right now. Rack, Neal is very Gold Dust-esque when the draft chime hits. That's where I got it from. I'm going to start doing... I should start doing that one. I think that I will. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Wyatt Bear. Neal, if you were robbing a store, would it be a hold-up or a stick-up? I'm not in the 40s, so I guess stick-up kind of ran its place. If I were robbing a train, it would be a stick-up.
Hold-up.
Yeah, no, if it were a bank, it would be a hold-up. Also, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Neal is a very fine local sports announcer. Thank you for that. I do appreciate those words. Just want to touch on this with everybody real quick. I know we're all bricked up. Right? I know.
Oh, you got to bring us down?
No, I don't know. I don't. I just want to get the temperature of the room. CJ Stroud's meeting with the Detroit Lions. Will Anderson also meeting with the Detroit Lions. But CJ Stroud meeting with the Detroit Lions. Tom Pelissario's been going to war.
He's our guy. He's our guy. You know why? Because he gets it out. Now, we get to talk about it. Meow.
Absolutely. CJ Stroud visiting with the Colts and the Lions later this week. Almost every team in the top 8 spends extra time with the draft's top quarterback. So this is business as usual that every team does. You get 30 of these things, I guess. Come to find out that draft visits are capped to 30 prospects. Who knew?
Yeah.
I never knew that. That seems kind of silly to me.
Yeah.
But, whatever. Here it is. On cue, Paul Thomas. Yes, after Jeff Okudah, we need Ohio State grads more than ever.
Yeah, but of course you're going to do your due diligence and whatever, but CJ Stroud ain't even coming close to dropping to you or whatever else. You just want to get this opportunity to see what the kid's made of or any information that you can, but there's no way he's falling to you. Is there?
Well,
are you looking? But
D-Mac, here's the thing:
are you speculating like a trade-up thing, or are you like what do you make of this other than due diligence?
Here's the thing: is the Arizona Cardinals publicly have said we're shopping our pick. Publicly, they've said that. Teams that have called have rumored to have been. The Detroit Lions is one of them. Correct?
Right.
Due diligence. Nothing new to see there. However, if you make the call, you are interested. And if you are interested to going to 3, it's in the stratosphere, right? I mean, maybe you are.
Absolutely, because here's the one thing. We all expect that if that Lions were going to make the move to move up to 3 to get Will Anderson, but if C.J. Stroud isn't picked and let there, then you also have the option to move back if some other team wants to move up to grab him, and you know what you're doing. It's also a great thing to get some intel, maybe of some other interviews, but to know what the kid's all about.
Maybe you walk out of an interview with them and you're bricked up, and you have that number 3. You have that number 3 pick. Again, guys, everyone calm down. I'm not calling for it. I'm saying there is a world. Remember yesterday how we spoke Will Anderson into existence at 6, and it made sense, right? Would I bet my kids' college money on it? No, I would not bet my kids' college money on it. But it was a path. It was a logical path. It's why I think a lot of you like to tune into this show. I'm not just saying ish to say it. That everything I say is it's measured and it's realistic and there's a path. There is a path to this. I could see the Lions making a trade with Arizona if they value Will Anderson. Maybe there's a world where Will Anderson is gone if you do have that number 3 pick. Maybe there is. Maybe you value CJ Stroud.
Just giving you all the options. It's doing what GMs are supposed to do, and it's putting more conversations out there of what do we think Detroit's going to do. Not we know what Detroit's going to do. It used to be in the past before Brad Holmes. So this is just all part of the game. Well, part of being a great GM, right?
No, absolutely. Brandon Katz, Will Anderson is not dropping to 6. He's the second best player in the draft. Brandon, I didn't call for it yesterday, but even you can believe that is a realistic path. If Arizona makes a trade with the quarterback-starved team, a la Tennessee or the Raiders, 4 quarterbacks are going in the top 4 picks, possibly 5, depending on what the Seahawks want to do, how they view Geno Smith. It's funny to me because everybody here just instantly dismisses the Seahawks as taking a quarterback when they're essentially in the same spot that the Lions are, where they have a couple years on their quarterback. They like him. He's been good. Geno Smith was good last year. I'm not prepared to say this is the norm for him. But a lot of the people, and there are quarterback contingent people here in this town. You know what I'm saying?
Would you say the comparable to the Lions of any team out there in how they're building their team through the draft, what they did at quarterback, is Seattle? Seattle, and there's some mirroring because they draft guys that immediately get out there and play. They found a gem out there on cornerback in the 7th in Wooten. We found, Amon-Ra St. Brown in the 4th, James Houston in the 5th, right? So their system's working. You nailed it yesterday. If anybody who goes back, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you find us, we talked about Mel Kiper's latest 2.0 breakdown or whatever like this, where Jalen Carter was going to Seattle. The question was they plugged up the middle like we could see us doing it early in the draft. So I think there's a lot of similarities between how Seattle's building their team and how Detroit, and especially too, look at their quarterback situation. So they're not necessarily, they don't have to. If they like a guy and a guy drops to them that they want into their future, but if not, they're in Detroit or Seattle at 5 and Detroit at 6 are pretty much in the same position and can go a lot of different ways, right?
No, absolutely. And they have somebody else's pick and they're in an advantageous spot. Now I seem to think
and they've proven that they can, what they do, who they choose gets on the field.
And Brandon says all defensive tackles that can rush the passer are in high demand. And I'm of the camp that Seattle will be very much Jalen Carter. Very much Jalen Carter. And I may even argue that if they are given the choice between the two, and our scenario that played out yesterday, Brandon, that you said is so unrealistic, because you've been on that. You and I both have the same viewpoint on Jalen Carter. Dude is elite talent, all that kind of stuff. So it's again just from looking at it from that perspective, I think very much Seattle could be in play for a quarterback, and very much could be Jalen Carter, Team Jalen Carter. They could. That's why you have to do all this stuff, because you never know what's going to happen. What picture shows up on draft night? What pissed off uncle that got cut out of the circle? That's going to act the fool. It happens, man.
Whose gas mask is getting put up?
That's what I'm saying.
Legendary.
It is. You know what? Low key.
I'm grabbing that picture.
Yeah, thank you. Low key. What was more wild than that? Sam Flannel, was that one of the craziest things you've ever saw, but also the coolest?
That was one of the craziest things I ever saw, and it's one of the coolest because of how Laramie Tunsil has turned out. He was an absolute steal at the pick that he fell to. I mean, he's one of those guys that you wouldn't see a gold jacket out of the realm of possibility for his future, multiple-time Pro Bowler, and he got sabotaged just because there was a random picture of him smoking weed out of a gas mask. It was surreal.
We've all been there.
I didn't even feel like it felt like I was watching a soap opera. It was the strangest thing.
And he just signed a 3-year, $75 million contract with $50 million guaranteed. I don't care.
Yeah, and speaking of Laramie Tunsil going with the Houston Texans, that gives Spenny more ammunition for their worst to first prediction. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're going to get past Jacksonville, but they're going to be better for sure.
Don't look at me. I believe he knows the secret to his body. So there you go. And don't look at me either, because I love those gas mask bombs. So wrong guy.
Steve Brown says, quote, "We've all been there, LOL."
We have. Come on. Who has a
I was not in the area. He did not borrow my gas mask. I do not have one per se.
I do.
My buddy does.
Good fellow in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Will Anderson will be a 100-plus career sack player, Hall of Famer.
Wow.
I bet. But you know what, though? And this will be a topic, I think, for another day as we build up to the draft. The quarterback mania, the quarterback hysteria. What about this, D-Mac? Between... Draft day pictures.
$150 million never looked so sweet.
Yeah, absolutely. $50 million guaranteed. No
he's
matter
going
what.
ocular on it too, Spenny. Trying to get it in the eyeballs.
Oh, yeah.
Really look at that. He's got it up, dude. That just looks cool.
Living his best life.
Yeah, gosh
college
darn it.
kid,
It's
man.
a plant, for Christ's sake. It's helping his body.
Anyway, where was I going? Oh yeah, the quarterback mania. Is there anything that sells more? We talk about hopium, right? And hopium just rips through the streets of a city. GMs have it with quarterbacks. And, the quarterback, the rookie scale, the rookie wage scale, the rookie quarterback thing, the value of quarterbacks obviously feeds this mania. But we've seen this a lot, where teams and GMs will turn their back on guys that are going to have elite careers, possibly Hall of Fame careers, to take a spin at the quarterback roulette wheel. It's wild, isn't it, D-Mac, the psychology?
Well, doesn't it rate come down to, it's somebody, we always say it every year, somebody's going to panic. There's usually a couple teams that panic and either go off the board like I'm smarter than everybody else, or don't stick to the game plan. So then we hear about it down the road. That used to be us. Always has been us. Not anymore. Not anymore, because there's a plan in place. They know what they're going to do on their draft board, and that's where it might not be what everybody else's is. But if it was Brad Holmes that went off the board and took somebody that I hadn't heard of, I'd be confident because he's done his due diligence.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. LFG says, at Neal, are you bricked up to pull the trigger on AR or Levis? Lions fans, you guys know my statement on Anthony Richardson and Will Levis. I watched this game that you see on the screen right now and saw these two quarterbacks that everyone is dying for to put up those numbers. Anthony Richardson with his QBR, his quarterback rating of 2.6 in the game. 35 attempts with 14 completions, no tutties, 2 picks. And then Will Levis, his day looks explosive when you put it next to that. And he was 202 yards with an interception and a QBR of 33. Get out of here with that.
You know what? 35 attempts.
Yep. 14 completions.
No, okay. I get it, which is right around, he's only a 50% or just over 50% throw it. But what I'm saying is that he's in that's almost impossible to do, isn't it?
You got to try. You got to try to do that.
2.9.
Good. No. You guys, stop. Maybe it was great defense. No, I watched it.
The eyeball test. Can't get it out of his head. He was horrified.
It was absolutely horrifying.
Was it one of the, just top of the head, top 5, most going in anticipated to watch and most disappointing?
I walked in bricked up, and I walked out soft for the weekend. That's it. That's exactly what went down.
No. So you walked in bricked up and you walk out like you just puller plunged?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was literally one of those games where it would have been better off on every single one of Anthony Richardson's pass attempts for him to just take a knee.
He should have.
Seriously,
he should have,
as
a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I would have needed after watching that game to make me feel better? A trip to Cousins' Maine Lobster truck.
That makes everything better. If you're not bricked up when you're walking up to Cousins' Maine Lobster truck, I don't know what's going on with you. But Cousins' Maine Lobster, Woodward Sports is brought to you by Cousins' Maine Lobster. You could check out their 2 food trucks rolling around the city to get the tastiest lobster tacos, lobster grilled cheese, lobster tots. Anywhere you can find them, you can join. Go on their website, order ahead and earn points, or scan that QR code right there to figure out where they are rolling around the city. Make sure you check out Cousins' Maine Lobster.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. Make sure you're watching WoodwardSports.com for our new show, Chompin' Puck.
He shoots. He scores!
With four-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and Michael Gentry. Chompin' Puck is taking the Detroit hockey community and giving them a voice. Pros to Joes. You'll get the best Detroit hockey coverage around. Chompin' Puck. Saturdays 1 p.m. on WoodwardSports.com.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real expert professional technicians who take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. But I need you to call Guardian Alarm today. The number, 1-800-STAY-OUT. 24/7. Professional monitoring call anytime, day or night. Know that a Guardian team member who cares will stay on the phone as long as it's needed. But I need you to call Guardian today. The number, 1-800-STAY-OUT. Technology backed by people. Yes, Homo sapiens. Real. People with blood circulate through their veins. Their safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work. And people, real people, who've been proven to care. They care so much they even care about the legend killer, Sam Flannels. They've been flannel protecting him for how many straight days, Flannel?
253.
Woo! 253 straight days of flannel protection. See, they're unbiased. They don't care. Business, personal, whatever it is important to you is important to them. So please give Guardian Alarm a call today. Again, the number, 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Stay out of the playoffs, Minnesota Timberwolves.
Oof. Stay out of the playoffs after the next series, Lakers, because Memphis is not a slouch.
Stay out of the state of Michigan forever, Alavila. Forever.
And stay bricked up. Guardian Alarm, they can keep their local security experts. Tell them Big D Energy, we sent you.
I'm telling you guys, this is it. It's gonna take over. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, second hour of the show. Neal, Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you. Happy to have you all along for the ride. Good first hour. Talked to Michael Bryant of Detroit City FC. Talked about the difference between bricked up and pebbled up. Also talked about the Detroit Lions and the expectations. So if you haven't yet, subscribe to the podcast. Do it. iTunes, Spreaker, Spotify. Big D Energy from Woodward Sports. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Big Dan Davis says, I was bricked up the other day and had some Cousins Maine lobster. That lobster roll is hella good.
Fire.
Bro, it is. And look, I'm not saying this because like they advertise. This is for real, guys. I shoot you straight. That is one of my favorite things in the world to eat.
Yes.
Like for real. Like if anything could be on this table right now, a lobster roll from Cousins Maine Lobster would be in the top 5.
Yeah. I went when we had him in studio during the show. I went the lobster grilled the lobster grilled cheese route, which was delicious, and then I got the lobster roll after the show. Got a double dip.
No, 100%. Brandon Katz says a donkey could play quarterback at Ohio State. The receivers are open by 20 yards on every play. Well, yeah, when you play in the Big Ten, those are the teams you get to play against, right, Sam Flannel?
I mean, not a donkey. I mean, CJ Stroud, Justin Fields, Dwayne Haskins, they were damn good quarterbacks. But they've had the greatest stretch of wide receivers I've ever seen in a college football program in my lifetime. It's unbelievable. That's fair.
LSU had a pretty damn good stretch, too.
Yeah, and so did Bama.
Yeah.
But we're talking Marvin Harrison Jr., Jackson Smith and Jigba, Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson.
What was Bama? It was Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy,
Devontae
Smith, and Jamison Williams.
All in the same.
Jalen Waddle.
Am I missing anybody?
Jesus, man.
And then before that, it was Julio, Amari Cooper,
Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
Man, I wonder why. I wonder what's missing for some of those teams. You know, like the teams that can't quite get there. Like when you rattle off those names, then you rattle off some other teams' names.
Like Junior Hemingway, Jeremy Gallon.
Jeremy Gallon was a good one. Junior Hemingway was an NFL wide receiver.
He was. So was Mario Manningham.
Yeah.
Manningham.
So was David Terrell.
But the last great one, honestly, was Braylon Edwards.
For real.
Sure. For real.
He's the last skill player. Drafted
I know him.
Yeah, like for real. He is he's the last very, very NFL good wide receiver Michigan's put out.
Yes.
You could argue Manningham, but Braylon Edwards was a first-round pick. I think Manningham was a third round. He had his moments, but he wasn't like a
Still holds the Jets franchise record for touchdown catches in a season, right? Or the Browns record. Browns record for touchdown catches in a season, still to this day.
Yeah.
People are saying Donovan Peoples-Jones. He was.
Yeah, Donovan Peoples-Jones is good.
He's good.
So is Nico Collins. I think he could take a step this year. Depends on who they get.
Nico Collins had a pretty
Amani
good
Toomer.
Sure.
Yeah,
Toomer was all right. Yeah. Do they hold any franchise records over the course of a season in the National Football League?
Probably not.
There you go.
Maybe Amani Toomer does, but I'd have to look that up.
Yeah.
It's not the tumor.
Oh, that bit.
Wide buyer.
That bit was great. I got a question for the masses, D-Mac, because I want to know how much is too much. And we saw this play out publicly. It was recently announced. YouTube TV got the rights to NFL Sunday Ticket, which has been a big part of my life throughout the course of existence because it's awesome. So finally, YouTube announced the pricing for the NFL Sunday Ticket. If you're a YouTube TV subscriber, it'll be $249 if you purchase it before June 6th, $349 after. If you bundle that with the Red Zone, $289 by June 6th, $389 after. That's if you get the NFL Sunday Ticket with the Red Zone, which why would you not?
Yeah.
That's like the point of it all.
Yeah, you get Red Zone.
And then again, that's if you subscribe to YouTube TV. For non-YouTube TV subscribers, it's $349 before June 6th, $449 after. And if you want the Red Zone, $389 before June 6th and $489 with Red Zone after. And look, the Sunday Ticket, I know how this is going to go. Like, people are going to explode on it. It's one of those things, D-Mac. This thing, even on DirecTV, was pushing $350. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a huge sticker shock. But what's the line, D-Mac? What's the line?
There isn't one.
We'll just line up and give you the money, won't we?
There really isn't a line when it comes to football. And I think YouTube, here's the whole thing. I think YouTube could have even, for non-first-time users, like drop another $25, $40 or whatever like that, another free membership to get people locked in for the year, for the subscription. People will look at it or whatever. Now, I don't have to worry about this. My wife's got YouTube TV, so I'll make her get the bundle. Right, we get the package and stuff like this. But I know you probably pay for it anyways. But the fact is this had to go in with the negotiation with the NFL or whatever, the higher powers, the money people, the powers that be. They realize this, and when you say that, Neal, when you bring in the money side of it, that it's not really. Is it how much different from last year? Right, because then it's
about $100-ish, $150 if you're not a subscriber.
So people, right? So as far and I believe that YouTube TV, which you can get all the local stuff and get everything else, is great value. So when you break it down, if you're going to use it with the subscription, I think that's where the value is. I think that when you're looking close to $500 to not have it, that's where it looks like, wow, that's a little bit pricey. Right, so it makes sense of why they're doing it, just to get everybody locked into YouTube TV. So that's why YouTube makes sense why YouTube dropped all the money for the Red Zone.
Mm-hmm.
This is the why. They got to get the money back, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is true. So right now there's about five-ish million Red Zone subscribers out there. So it's one of those things where, for me, that's the line I won't cross. I'm not going to that. And there's a lot of reasons, and a lot of people in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread are bringing up some of them that are good. Red Zone comes with Xfinity. There is a Red Zone outlet. Now, I do pay for Red Zone.
Red Zone is the best.
It is, and that's the way. And we've talked about this in the past. My kids, that's the way they watch football.
Right.
They're not interested in watching a game. And we've seen all the packages, the Major League Baseball package, the NHL. They have their variation of the Red Zone. MLB, I was watching it last night, the big inning, where they whip around the games. And whenever there's guys on base, or it's a closing situation or whatever, they go to those games. This is the line, though. I'm not crossing that line. I will go exclusively to the Red Zone, which means they're going to raise the price of the Red Zone, obviously. So I'm just, is it too much for you guys?
I guess the question is that if you have the service already, is it easier, or are you just done going to another service and not forget it? I'll draw the line right there, because I wouldn't, if I didn't have if
so you'll do it because you have YouTube TV.
Yeah.
So you'll do it to save, and you'll do it before June 6th. I'm imagining to save
I'll do it
$100
because it just makes more sense to be able to carry it everywhere and to be able to watch it on the phone. But because it's already in, because I've already made that commitment to them, not to Hulu, Sling, all the other different stuff, right? So that's my carrier of choice. If it's your carrier of choice, I can see how people would say, okay, I'm gonna add that in there. If it's not, and you can go to Red Zone and have a different way. A lot of people go to the games. A lot of people don't watch it this way. Like you said, there's only 5 million people out of 400 million out of how many that watch. So it'll be interesting to see. I think this is the test market to see if they do. And again, to the Xfinity, to all the other Red Zone and stuff like this, do they jack the prices up? So I mean, you got to pay to watch now. That's pretty much it.
No, and I want to continue the discussion because I had a couple more questions and people are making some good comments that I want to get to. But guys, you know what it is at Big Boy, the Seafood Fest, final week of the Seafood Fest up until Monday, April 17th, as a matter of fact. The time is now. All the favorites are out there: the shrimp Alfredo, shrimp stir fry, the all-new fish sandwich. This Friday, the final. I know Spenmo is going to have to make one more triumphant trip to the all-you-can-eat fish fry buffet at Big Boy. You can even get tartar sauce for your fries, everybody. That is what I would recommend to do. Get out there, everybody. The Seafood Fest. The sun is setting on the Seafood Fest. Get to your local Big Boy today.
You've heard of Gordon Ramsay. You've heard of Bobby Flay. But Thursday night Master Chef Brad Holmes will be in the kitchen with all of the ingredients needed to make a great dish on draft night. Join Woodward Sports for our 3rd annual Woodward Sports Draft Party, live at 5th Avenue in Royal Oak. The past 2 years, these parties have been standing room only, so get your tickets early at eventbrite.com. Don't miss out on all the fun with Braylon Edwards, Ryan Ermanni, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, and the entire Woodward Sports crew. The party starts at 7:30 p.m. Don't miss the biggest draft party in the Motor City, brought to you by the biggest network, Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter for your chance to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. That's right, 2 cars, one for you, one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Let one of our talented, award-winning stylists make you look handsome and clean. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Neal Ruhl here for Chili Peppers Tanning. That's right. The hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest hands. You know what it is at Chili Peppers Tanning. We'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Spotless sanitized rooms and trained and certified tanning professionals. Make sure you join the Pepper Club. Get all the best deals. They'll beat the competitors' prices by at least $5. And you can pick up all the favorites. That's right. Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Cal Tan, Spencer Raxter's favorite, Swedish Beauty Lotion.
Oh, yeah.
Go to chilipepperstanning.com. Find out which one of the 27 Metro Detroit locations work best for you. Chili Peppers Tanning, the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans. It's Chili Peppers Tanning.
Chili Peppers Tan?
Yeah. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Just talking about this YouTube Sunday ticket dealio. Obviously, they raised the prices. Now, here's the deal, right? I talked about, 5 million people, 5 million households. I know everyone likes to get granular. Whatever. 5 million subscriptions-ish to Red Zone. There's no way that YouTube TV recovers their investment in this. There's no way. Because how many more subscribers that you would have to...
Well, this ain't their...
But it's not why they're doing it.
No. This is just try to get some cheddar back and try to give these different options. First, the thing that comes to mind, Neal, and maybe asked, is are we more numbed and just desensitized to the fact that we're used to, I got to go Paramount and this and that, all the streaming systems to be able to watch what we want? Like, it's been going on long enough. Are we retrained that to spend another couple dollars here isn't as much as it used to be, like mind-blowing as it used to be? If you would have introduced this right at the beginning, like a couple of years ago or whatever, people would be more outraged, I would think. Right? But the fact is, it's just this, it's just that. You mentioned, it's right around what you're paying last year. Nobody comes out with a conversation, is it too much to begin with? That you're paying this. A lot of people I see in the chat thread, well, I pay $2,000 for season tickets. I don't need it. I'll watch. Another person says, I'm going to watch every football game I can. I'll buy whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? I think there's more to that. We're just used to it or used to how we watch the games. So to your point about Red Zone Xfinity, until it becomes a point, do you ever see yourself buying in? Or being forced into a decision like this that right now you don't want to make?
Yeah, and for me, and look, in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Andrew Hines says, I'll just stream anything I want to watch for free. And I go that route typically for UFC, but it buffers out on you, Andrew. Like, don't sit there and pretend like it doesn't buffer out on you.
You got to refresh every now.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't act like it doesn't do that for you, because it does. But that is the value that I have for it. But, D-Mac, to answer your question, and a lot of the things I'm seeing, too, like, I'm a season ticket holder, so I can't justify that expense because I'm already down at games. Right. You know what I'm saying? Real Cream of Wheat says, I only really care about the Lions, so Red Zone seems excessive to me. And that's kind of where I am at with it as well. That is the line where you factor in, I'm going to watch all 16 Detroit Lions games. Right. So whatever time frame that is. And oh, by the way, I was listening to TFOS talk, up to 5 primetime games for the Lions this year. Yeah. Maybe that'll increase the odds of some of the people here in this city going to the Red Zone, because you're going to have Sunday afternoons off as far as the Lions go. See, I'm still programmed where the Lions are on Sunday at 1 o'clock and Dick Stockton at 89 years old is going to be the announcer. Yeah. That's just the way that it's going to work. Every single time they're going to put the C crew on the Lions game because that's just the way it works. Those things are different now. And I just can't. I'm just not going to go there. And Brandon Katz brought up a good point, too. The best games are nationally televised.
Right.
There's that as well.
But a lot of people, but also, too, we're getting into, you mentioned with the big inning or whatever you're talking about, all these different sports, is that there's people that consume their sporting events in highlights or in moving from team to team for the action in the red zone.
Fantasy.
They watch that, right, for your fantasy. To the point, I would think I'm going to counter your argument and say that that is the fact that the Lions have 5 primetime games, that will leave more football to be watched, that people will be sitting there in their fantasies, in their bets, that they'll want to watch the afternoon game and the Lions are playing at night with all 12 games on and stuff like this. I think it actually draws more to the Lions fans, not to watch the Lions game, but because, Neal, back to our beginning segment, talking about fourth most odds to win an NFC North. Vegas has got you like top 10 in odds, right? So the fact that we need to be involved and watch what everything else is going on because our team is good now, right? So I think that watch for it, the fact that the Lions are good, playing prime time might get people to fall into getting the red zone and all that shit more.
Al Green H-Town says it's a hard choice for me. I live in Houston, so I have to pay to watch the Lions, and I'm already paying $70 a month for YouTube TV, SMH.
Stream it, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, because some people can't see. If it's going on, I need to watch it live. If I'm watching the game, I need to be up to speed. I can't handle the tape delay or whatever like that. I don't like that
D-Mac,
unless I'm watching it alone, or unless I'm in where I can control the environment. Right?
But see, here's the deal though on that, D-Mac. Here's where YouTube's going to get themselves in trouble, I think, with this. YouTube TV in the red zone and streaming television in general. The latency, which is a fancy word for the delay, because I have my buddy Terminal Dennis is in network and data installation. He explained this concept to me about when you stream, more information has to travel further, so therefore it takes more time.
That's so wild.
And even with fiber lines and titanium core internet lines, it travels farther, so it takes longer. To whereas your broadcast antenna is pretty much instant, like 8 seconds behind what's going on inside the stadium. YouTube TV is about a minute with the red zone. I contend that that's going to hurt their broadcast more than anything, because how can you live bet something that's already happened? You can't, because the live betting odds are plugged in. Like DraftKings, MGM, all these people, their services, they pay for access, scoreboard, real-time access to what's going on in the game. That app on your phone is wired into the scoreboard in the stadium. And then their software kicks out the live lines and all that kind of stuff. Everything's automatically done. So I wonder about that.
And there's not, and to continue with Terminal Dennis being the optics guy, there is nothing out there that can speed it up, right? There's not technology right now that streaming can get faster, correct?
Mm-hmm. There's literally nothing you can do.
This is a bigger issue because of live betting. Not so much for the fantasy players.
Well, and I would say, I know you brought up the social media angle of it too, D-Mac.
Yeah.
That plays in too. Because if you're streaming these games, even if you're streaming it from Spenmo's pirate site, you already know what happened. Like, because I know a lot of us get like instant alerts for Lions, Tigers, Red Wings, all that stuff. So like when they score a touchdown, you see it, and I'm always like, damn, they're going to score here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like it is, and that's real. I don't know what they're going to do to fix that, because it can't be fixed.
My friend used to piss me off, and when we'd watch, we'd pirate Red Zone in East Lansing, and he'd be like, "Oh, Brandon Cooks just scored a touchdown," and be like, "Yeah, we're fucking watching it right here. We're about to see it. Like, you don't have to tell us that."
Hey, you know what? LFG, nothing to be bricked up about bandwidth about.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mike G says, sometimes I have latency when I'm bricked up. That can be the case.
Yes. I've never dealt with it personally, but...
Motown Cool says YouTube TV will have 4 games on one screen available this season. Now, that's pretty cool.
I can't wait for the first Octo Box of the year on Red Zone.
The Octo Box,
that shit is just, it's legendary.
Yeah, so, it is. It's one of those things. I'm curious to see how it's going to play out, because it won't work. If that's what you're into, like if that dictates you buying it, and you want instant access to everything that's going on. If you're live better, you can't stream it because it's late.
So personally, we got all the sports channels, all the MLB, NFL, NBA, all the league pass and stuff, because my dad will just scream at the Xfinity person for like an hour until they give him free shit. Because I've been with your company for 35 years. I'm going to WoW. Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, all right, sir, we'll give you this.
Yeah.
And then he gets all the free shit. And then we pay for Red Zone. I pay for Red Zone. He's like, I'm not paying $10. I'm like, Dad, I'll give you the money. It's Red Zone. Like, we're here. Take it.
It's for my job, Dad. It's for my job.
Literally.
Then you deduct that on your taxes, by the way.
True. That's true. I deduct everything.
100%.
Everything.
And wait till next year.
Oh, yeah.
After what I just went through, wait till next year.
I'm keeping every orange juice receipt.
Every one of them.
Oh, yeah.
It's I saw this. I was in Key Largo one time, and we were at this like bar on the beach, and I walked in and I saw this sign that was in the bathroom, and it said, "If you kick me out of this bar, I will come back here drunker than you can possibly imagine." And I feel that way. I feel that way about my taxes next year.
It's fair.
I will keep.
I'm coming back for blood too.
Yeah, I am too. It's personal.
Oh yeah.
Spenmo, you and I,
man. We're going to get them.
30 style boxing.
Yeah, put them all.
Put up your dukes, man. I can't wait for it. Hey, but if I do want to save some money on insurance, Sam Flannel, what should I do there?
You should, of course, go to Swiss Insurance. Sorry, I was fumbling around for a second. Be sure to check with Swiss Insurance this week for your commercial insurance review. Swiss can help make sure you have the proper coverage. Swiss Insurance, give us a shot and you won't be disappointed. Email them at mark@swissins.com. That is mark@swissins.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you. Happy to have you all with us. And we're just chopping it up, man. We're just wrapping up that YouTube discussion on the woodwardsports.com chat thread. You all were getting involved in there. And somebody said being one play behind won't change things as far as live betting goes. It changes everything.
Yeah, it does.
It changes literally everything.
You can literally bet on the next play.
Yeah. Woodwardsports.com chat thread. Tim K. This is my favorite one. We'll leave it on this one. I hate how Red Zone will always pretend like they don't know what's about to come. They say, let's go to Houston. Then say, 80-yard interception return, and they're shocked.
Yeah.
That is my favorite, too.
Oh, yeah.
I do like that as well. Well, we didn't get a chance to yesterday because the Jeff Okudah news kind of hijacked everything that was going on. And we do this for everybody. All the Detroit teams, when the final day of the season comes and goes, I like to jump in there and say, hey, let's take a look, see where things lie, see how things look for your Detroit Pistons. We'll be doing the Red Wings next week because their season wraps up this weekend, as a matter of fact. By the way, love the Penguins losing to the Blackhawks last night at home
sad.
in a must-win.
In a must-win, and they had to win 2 games. And that's... that was unbelievable. That was
I loved it.
Especially after the way they played in here the other night.
Because my team B, the Florida Panthers, are probably going to get in the playoffs.
Yep.
So I'm happy about that.
I didn't see that coming.
No, nobody did. But, you know, it ended up being good because we all got what we wanted, and that's the Pittsburgh Penguins choking when it mattered the most. So good for them. I like that. But your Detroit Pistons, the season came to an end, and look, we recapped that earlier. You lost the #1 overall pick in the NBA draft 9 games into the season. What did you think was going to happen? They finished 17-65, the worst record in the NBA. So, crack the knuckles, take a look at what is going on. So, D-Mac, here's the story for next year. You got about... You're in the neighborhood of $50 million in cap space. So that's good.
That is good.
That's good.
Now, just out of... I know that if you were a football team, that'd be awesome, right? But how does it work? Where does most teams...
Just to
what
give you...
What do you want to be competitive or whatever going in? You're both saying, yeah, so 50 sounds good. Are you going to be...
2 good wing defenders is what you're looking at.
So it enables you to go out and get a couple dudes, right? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, you like to be in that where you could add a super... Like, you could theoretically sign anybody. You know what I'm saying? You have the room to take on a supermax deal.
So that's a positive.
So that is a positive. Which, let's be real about it. You're not signing that type of player here.
Yes.
but you can trade for him.
You can trade for him
because you have the space to do it. And what gave me some hope was when Troy Weaver came out and talked about the fact that he's aware that it's time to pull the trigger in terms of moving forward towards a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
He said that. So that is something that's good. They know that. It is time to make a move. That was my interpretation of his comments. You agree?
Yes.
Okay. So we are there. As far as draft capital goes for the Pistons, they own their first round pick this year. Theoretically, it's the Knicks pick, which goes back to the Jalen Darren trade.
Mm-hmm.
So, but there isn't a way out. There isn't a way for the Knicks to get it because the Pistons weren't good enough.
Yes.
So they're locked. Because theoretically, the worst they could be is 6.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
7, I think. Yeah, 6 or 7.
6 or 7. Okay.
Yeah.
However the lottery balls fall.
Mm-hmm.
But so that's what it is. They got that kind of hanging over their head with their first round pick. But this year they have their own first round pick, and they have their own second round pick as well. So, as draft comes up, that's good. I know that a lot of people are going to talk about the coaching situation, and they'll sort that out. We're Team Udoka in this room. I think everybody across the board, but whatever, they'll make the call. So, D-Mac, I guess the moral of the story, that's a long way of saying that they're in good shape financially. And if you look at last year's draft, Jaden Ivey really close strong. I have my questions. He answered them.
He balled
out. Jalen Darren, I think, will be maybe the biggest star on this team. Low key.
Yeah, and consistently throughout the year. And it's the youth, too, right at the age level that they're at. So, I mean, again, we can't say it enough. The next big thing is to see where the bingo balls fall. To see, because absolutely, if you luck into that first overall pick, that changes things real quick. Not only real quick on coaches that would want to come here, players that would want to come here, and when I always like just saying there's a chance. Samsonite, baby.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. DNCENT says, if Udoka comes here, I could see a move for Jaylen Brown, which brings me to the free agents. You say, okay, you have this cap space, Neal. What's it looking like? As far as free agency goes. Klay Thompson's the top free agent on the market. He's 35. Yeah, Tobias Harris is 32. Chris Middleton's 33. James Harden is 35. Siakam's 30 for Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, he's not going to be like a centerpiece or anything like that.
Yeah.
But we just talked about Udoka. Jaylen Brown at 28. Free agent.
Yeah.
But what's that cost?
A lot.
So, the max.
Super
right?
max, yeah.
Depending on, I think he's got to be All-NBA and the All-NBA team this year to qualify for the Supermax.
And Boston's got his bird rights, so they can pay him more.
Correct. So that's out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There is a path. And look, we can talk about it. The bottom line is, how are these lottery balls going to bounce? I am of the opinion, D-Mac, and this is pure conjecture, just us sitting here chopping it up. We are due for the team with the worst record to get the first pick. It's been, I think, going on 6 years maybe, 5-6 years, something like that. We're due. That's why I wanted the worst record. For real. Is that shallow? Is that stupid?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not absolutely.
It's just a gut feeling I have.
Not.
It's just a gut feeling
So
I have.
you have a gut feeling that this might be the year?
God, I hope so.
If it's ever going to be,
if it's ever going to be,
because this absolutely. What does this do? This turns the clock like 2-3 years. My question when you're bringing up money and free agents and obviously Jaylen Brown, yes, just the dog mentality would work here and stuff. But who are the free agents that would help develop these guys? You're bringing up ages and different players, but is there a guy out there that will help develop a Jalen Darren or a Jaden Ivey or even a Cade Cunningham?
Mm-hmm.
That's I think where you're at with this team as far as getting that guy in the locker room. More so to the fact of what the Wings did last year and adding the Sherratts and the Perrons and like the Kubaliks and guys that have been around, Alex Chase on to the end of the year and stuff like that. So more veteran guys.
What about Jeremy Grant?
I feel like he's staying in Portland.
You do?
Yeah.
Would you be opposed to it?
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Be great to get Jalen Duren and to get Jeremy Grant back.
Yeah.
That would be pretty. I'd do it just for the story to say I did it.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. He brings a lot of the things the Pistons need. Wing defender, switchable defender. Obviously, he showed he can shoot on the outside, so I wouldn't mind it at all.
D'Angelo Russell's out there.
Yeah, I don't want any more guards.
That's the rub.
Yeah, I want threes.
So it is weird because usually we D-Mac, when we do this with the Red Wings, I feel like we're going to come up with some hard answers. But with the Pistons, I don't feel as though there are any hard answers.
But look where they're at when we use the 75 North analogy. It's where the Pistons are at. They're not as far along as the Wings. They're a year behind or 2 years behind. That's why it's so important. You can catch right up to them or maybe even surpass them with that first overall pick. But these are the questions that we answered with the Wings, wasn't it, last year? In the summertime coming into free agency, what would Steve Yzerman do? How is he going to add? Different guys. Who's he going to sign? And you saw what he went out and do and making a splash and cop and did different things. You can see when we talk about the Wings because they're on their way. Like I said earlier, they can see land. Pistons, man, they're not even out of the harbor yet. They're getting there because they got the supplies on the boat.
That's fair. But Spenmo, what about this? You go the Udoka route. Jaylen Brown says, I'm out. You get in there and you make that move.
I'd be extremely happy.
So now you're looking at Ivy, Cunningham, and Jaylen Brown. You see, I'm just trying to give people a path.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We like to chop it up like this. Where do you sit? I guess my question is, where do you sit with where the Pistons are? Because this year, I don't want to call it like a wasted year because it wasn't wasted because I feel like Ivy developed.
Yes.
But still at the same time, it's go time next year, right?
It is. They need to clean up that front court situation, figure out what the rotation's going to be there. Bagley, Stewart, Wiseman, Darren, what is going on there. And they need wing defenders. They need multiple wing defenders. So whether that is a guy you bring in, whether that's somebody you draft, whoever is going there is the biggest need. Because I think once Bogey and Alec Burks come back, that's some good shooting at the very least. So you have some there, but you need wing defense.
Who's your catalyst? Who's your defensive catalyst?
I would say it's Cade because he can guard so many positions.
So it makes sense without him, but you need that guy, and maybe that's what you're looking at free agency a little bit deeper is who's a guy that can, solidify maybe the awful defense and get other guys maybe make other guys better defensively. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There are those guys out there. The biggest thing with Jaylen Brown and the what's the coach's name from Boston that we're talking about?
Oh, Udoka, yeah.
Yeah, Udoka, with them, you get the first overall pick. I think all of that's in play.
Yeah.
You get so all this conversation you can speculate, but until you know where you're drafting, that's when I think we revisit this conversation.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. LFG says, Neal, should the Pistons be patient and build up their cap money for 24-25, especially if the Pistons don't get a top 2 draft pick this year? Well, LFG, I'll ask you, is that acceptable to you? Because I'm getting the vibe that it's not.
Yeah.
Is that fair? Like
sorry.
The apathy that people seem pissed at the Pistons this year, which I didn't understand because what did you think was going to the second Cade Cunningham was out for the year? How was it not going to end like this?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was what the entire team was built around offensively and defensively was Cade Cunningham.
So what did we think was going to happen?
Yeah.
And people got their pound of flesh, right? They're moving on from the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Flannel, I'll go to you. You've been quiet. The Pistons, 30,000 foot right now. Your take.
Well, right. I think the thing that people are getting pissed about, it's not just last season, it's the last 4 seasons. Losing, no matter the circumstance, wears on a fan base, and I don't necessarily blame them. But yeah, you did see development out of Jaden Ivey. I'd say Jaden Ivey and Jalen Duren as a draft class in the first round was a success. Cade Cunningham was out. He's coming back. Like Spenny said, all those bigs, it seems like there's a little bit of a logjam. They've all showed moments, but can they all play together? It all depends on who they can get in the draft, how the ping pong balls fall, and if somehow, some way we can get the Ime Udoka Jaylen Brown combination, then that's a playoff team. Then we ride. Then I'll be bricked up for the Pistons. But regardless of all that,
but that's what it'll take to get bricked up for you,
to get
right?
bricked up. But to be more optimistic. I can say I'm optimistic about some
honeymoon,
things.
right?
Yeah.
He is newlywed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this poor
It's
guy
still
is
there
worn
for him.
out.
Yeah.
Can I get your opinion on this?
Yes.
Because DNCENT says, BS, D-Mac, we're about to roll out 2 number 1 picks, 2 of the top 6 from this last draft, and Bojan Bogdanovic, and he puts in capitals. We aren't far. My retort to that is, show me. You haven't shown me not only you can put those guys and keep them on the floor together healthy. They haven't been for 2 years. Like, I know it's great, but who's playing defense? Because you're picking, you have the number 1, the worst record in the league, that you haven't showed me stuff. So until I see it, those guys out there, like, I don't think it is BS, Neal, or is it, or am I talking out of my ass?
No, I don't. I think it's a little bit of both can be true. WoodwardSports.com chat thread.
Well, you would hope so, that the credentials and you'd stocking up on all these first-round picks, that they come out and, yeah, the expectations should be there. But look at what we're dealing with.
Mm-hmm. Suyu says Bojan can't defend. He's got to go. I would contend Bojan's been the one that was on brand. You know what you're getting from him,
man.
man.
Knew exactly what you were going to get from Bojan. He doesn't defend a lick, but he can shoot the blood out.
But he's
of the ball.
buckets, And I'm actually stunned he played as well as he did last
He
year.
had the best shooting season of his career.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that, but if he can give you that, he's a net positive.
And when you have Cade Cunningham on the court to be, that's what I was really excited to see, is Cade Cunningham with guys like Alec Burks and Bojan Bogdanovic sitting in that corner pocket, and he can drive the hole and dish over to them, and use Ivy as a secondary ball handler, secondary playmaker, throwing lobs to Darren, Bagley, whoever it is. So we'll see. There's a lot of potential in this team next year, especially if you add a couple more pieces. But like D-Mac said, they have to show us. We need to see it on the court.
You can see it when you go into Planet Fitness for your workout. Planet Fitness, home of the judgment-free zone. You can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. Membership starts at just $10 a month for access to your home club. You want to be a big baller? The Black Card's out there as well. That's just $24.99 a month. And you get access to over 2,000 Planet Fit Night around the world with unlimited guest privileges. Doesn't matter where you go. In and around Metro Detroit. There's over 50 of them around the Detroit area. You can go to any of them. So anywhere you are, you can roll into your Planet Fitness and knock that workout down. Your fitness is essential. You know that it's a key part of feeling well mentally also. So join today in club. You'll pass a couple on the way home. Or online. Go to planetfitness.com. No matter where you are, there is a Planet Fitness close by. It's Planet Fitness, Darren McCarty.
Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Coming down the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you. WoodwardSports.com chat thread, jump into that as well. So yeah, man, that's we're gonna know more about the Pistons obviously when those ping pong balls land. That's where it gets down to it. It's at May, right? Conference finals, they do that.
Yep.
Eastern Conference. I forget which one it is, but whatever. That's towards the end of May, so you got that going for you, which is nice. Remember, though, I do want to say this: the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're pretty chic pick, right? They're pretty sexy.
Yeah.
You remember when we did the show, and I asked the people, I said, if I can get you Donovan Mitchell, do you want him? And I got killed.
Everybody's no.
I got killed.
I couldn't believe that shit.
It was like 70-30. We put it out there. Do you want to go? Do you want to see the Pistons trade for Donovan Mitchell? I got murdered for it because he was obtainable.
Yes, he was.
And look what he did. You can't question it, man. Change that franchise.
Yeah, the guy's a superstar.
Yeah. So everybody got what they wanted right there. So, I was stunned, man, because people love that stuff.
I was too.
But they did, man. I got murdered for it. Speaking of getting murdered, the Detroit Tigers. just the Blue Jays hitting home run after home run after home run after home run after home run. D-Mac. We know it's going to be bad. They're 2-8. This week, after this week's over, they'll be 10% of the way through the season. Believe it or not. How ugly is this going to get?
The same or worse or whatever like that.
But D-Mac, see, here's the thing.
It's exactly what we said it was going to be.
Right,
isn't it?
That's what I said.
When I was surprised and sitting here and Terry Foster's going, hey, we got our second win. I'll be right. We're 2-4 coming home, right? You can't even compete in these games, right? We're worried about, and yes, sending me pictures of Javi Baez swinging out of the strike zone and doing stuff like that in development, but oh my gosh, you can't keep a baseball in the ballpark, right? And it's just, it's going to get worse before it ever gets better.
But D-Mac, they're 2-8. They're winning 20% of games.
You're acting like you're surprised.
But I'm not surprised. But
you're
people
surprised
are.
That people are surprised.
D-Mac, I heard this around town, and people were like,
they're lucky to be 2-8.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
They're garbage, bro.
No, but people here, guys, this could be historically bad. Not bad, not Tigers bad, not Alavila bad. I mean, historically bad.
Right now, if they're done 10% and they win one more game, like literally, you're looking at can you win 50 games? Can you win 30 games? Like, you're going to challenge that record for worst record in the history of the MLB if you continue like this.
Rack says 120-plus loss bad. Well,
Yeah,
think about it.
I think
We're
so.
10 games in. They've won 20% of the games. They play 162 of them. So that's 32, 35 wins, whatever.
I don't think they're 120 loss bad. We have to keep in mind, it's been absolutely terrible. Don't get me wrong, but they start off the season against the Rays, who are having the best start literally ever, 11-0. Then they had to play the Red Sox at home. Then they went to the defending champion Houston Astros, actually won that series, and now they're at Toronto. It's been murderer's row. They're going to get some series home against the Royals where they'll be able to stack up some wins. It's still going to be bad, but...
Are they? They have a potential star.
You know what
in Bobby Witt Jr.
That's actually true.
You know what the scary part, or what I don't think Sam's put into account, is that this can really wear on the team. And to the point that, wait till they play easier teams or teams more on their level. But they might be just mentally fried and kicked out. And even these other teams, like you said, have all-star guys, right? Have all-star guys.
And it's amazing because I always come back to this conversation. And last year when we talked about it, and now into this year, even the Royals have a dude. Even the Royals. And that's why, see, this is where I come down on this, and this is why I get passionate about it too. Because some people were like, because we had some clips out there where I was talking about the Tigers, and they're like, well, bro, then don't watch. No, I do watch. That's what I do. I watch the games, and I'm gonna watch them, and I can still be pissed off about it because I watched the Royals have like a Bobby Witt Jr. Somebody was like, wow, this guy's gonna be really, really good. Where's our guy? And this is wash, rinse, repeat. Remember, I had a meltdown last year about it. Where's our Acuna? Where's our Tatis? Where's our Bobby Witt Jr.? Nowhere to be found. Nowhere.
Well, and to the conversation is at least sit back and go, well, at least we started something different. Scott Harrison hopefully going to find that guy. But it doesn't do you any good now.
No,
and
it's not going to do you any good for a couple of years. And D-Mac,
Right.
that's
So
why
that's
I don't,
where you're at.
I don't want to listen to people talk around this town and say,
don't.
man, I can't believe the Tigers are bad. You guys understand
But who
this.
says that? People who don't watch. And then they look at the record and go, oh, these guys suck. I can't believe they suck. Well, you don't watch. Nobody watches.
Understand how bad this is right now. And even Flannel, you're guilty of it right there. You were guilty of it right there when you're like, well, they'll play the Royals and they'll get some wins. They have a good player. They have a good player.
I will say this, though. Bobby Witt hasn't shown that much more than Riley Green has. I think that there could be a scenario where Riley Green is better in the long run. That's.
I'll bet you anything you want to bet on
Really?
that. Yes.
Like you're putting that much into Bobby Witt Jr.
Yes.
Bobby Witt Jr. is a damn good prospect, but he hasn't shown a whole lot so far. Neither has Riley Green, and I'm not trying to defend the Tigers. Obviously, in the first series of the game, they got outscored 21-3. In the home series against the Red Sox, they got outscored 24-8, and then they gave up 9 runs to Toronto. I know it's bad. I'm not trying to defend them. They've just had a murderous row of a schedule. I think they'll get to 55, 60 wins. What does that mean? A whole lot of not shit, but I don't think they'll be historically bad. Just saying.
Would you bet that the Tigers won't lose 100 games right now?
No way.
Absolutely
Not a chance.
And on the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, DNCNT says, wasn't the over-under 65? It was 69.5.
Jesus.
Smash that under.
Which, well, you ain't getting that anymore. They're 10% of the way there already.
Yeah, what has it gone down to? I'd love to see.
Like, I want people to understand that, because I'm stunned when I see people roll through the streets and be like, wow, I can't believe they're this bad. Believe it. It's
Naruto.
historic. Spenny, it's historic.
I'm trying to find
What are you looking for?
Tigers over under and wins.
Oh, yeah.
You know what would, the only thing I think right now that would work down at Comerica Park? Call Alta, please. Because uptime matters. Maybe we can up time when you come back home a win. But at Alta, uptime matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. You got a bond project coming up. You want to keep home runs in the ballpark. Maybe you can erect a crane out in center field. Who knows? But Alta Rent, they'd have you covered. Give them a call. 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That's 844-GO-TO-ALTA.
You're about to be shell-shocked. The catch of the day is in. Big Boy Seafood Fest is officially back. Join us for some of your favorites like our popcorn shrimp and pike perch platters and our classic fish and chips. This year, we've reeled in some fresh catches like our shrimp Alfredo, shrimp stir fry, and our fish sandwich. And especially, don't forget about our all-you-can-eat Friday night fish fry buffet. Every day is a fish fry at Big Boy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Olafson, DC, the founder of the Custom Health Centers, and we've helped thousands of people learn how easy it is to lose weight and keep it off with our customized weight loss and body contouring programs.
With Custom Health, you don't feel hungry, you eat well. My name is Simeon Timbuk, and I've lost 71 pounds on the program.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
The Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play and private lane reservation for $120. If you get thirsty, they got a $2 mystery beer vending machine and multiple fully loaded bars to choose from. So make sure you tap in or visit them online at foalingwarehouse.com.
Final segment of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. If you missed the show, subscribe to the podcast. Rewind, fast forward, get to the specific parts that you want to listen to, iTunes, Spreaker, Spotify. What do you got, D-Mac?
Nothing. Here's the tweet of the day. Sue you. DCFC soccer is the best event to see. You can curse in the stands and get drunk cheap. Let's go! La Rouge.
That about sums it up.
That is fact.
That's why you see Spenny down there.
I remember
Foaling Warehouse, mystery beer.
I remember we were sitting in the owner's box and we were hungry.
Oh,
and we asked for some pizza.
Flex?
Asked for some pizza, and she was like, I was like, can we get like a pizza? She was like, yeah, we normally do it in like orders of 5. I was like, we don't need 5 pizzas. And like, so she brought us 3 of them. She like cut it in half. And I went to pay, and she's like, no, you don't have to pay. I was like, oh, I only got 5 if I knew I didn't have to pay. But I gave her some tip money.
You get your meat pies.
Meat
pies at the match.
So on brand. Just real quick, Sam Flannel, just a quick observation. Bobby Witt Jr. has about 200 more at-bats, but he has 5 times the amount of home runs and 16 times the amount of stolen bases.
Okay, but Riley Green has a higher on-base percentage. I'm just saying it's not going to be like it's not like they have Bobby Witt and we have nobody. Riley Green, I think, is close to on par with Bobby Witt. It wouldn't shock me if he has a better career. That's all.
I like Riley Green a lot too, and Torkelson hasn't looked bad so far this year. He hasn't looked bad. He hasn't looked good, but he hasn't looked bad.
Well, I'll give you he hasn't been the worst player in the majors.
He's shown some things,
like he was for a extended time.
He's had a couple
year.
multi-hit games already this year. So
again, I'm dealing in fact. For anyone that takes exception to that, it is a factual statement.
Mm-hmm.
He was the worst everyday player in Major League Baseball last year.
Yeah, that's fair.
For an extended period of time.
Yeah,
that's not hate. That's not being an ass. I got the stat from somewhere else. I didn't even come up with it.
Let's go Red Wings Sparty. So this is Javi Baez is 4 of 36. Ouch.
He is 4 for 36. He has 4 more hits than I do.
Oh, sorry. Look at my shock face.
Yeah, that's
and again, I wouldn't even be that worked up about it. Rack also says Salvador Perez is still good too, Neal. Exactly.
Salvador Perez is still good.
40 home run dude. We won't get 40 home runs this year.
No, but Salvador Perez, he's a Hall of Famer.
I was gonna do that in the when we did the Tigers starting 5 fast. I was gonna say who has more home runs, the Tigers or Aaron Judge.
Remember that bit?
Yeah,
that was a fun bit. Again, I only bring it up because Robert Closia. Well, Neal, remember the Tigers only need to play 800 ball the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Stop being scared. Remember that bit?
66%.
666. So easy. Wow. And we're right here, right now.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
But guys, it's the norm. Get used to it. This is all you're getting is porridge for the next 3, 4, 5. I said 6 years.
Yeah.
It hasn't changed.
Wrap your head around that.
Wrap your brain around that and enjoy everything that goes around downtown. When Spenny's doing the 999, when it's a nice day out there, you want to
go see Miggy for one final time.
Absolutely, get around there.
Remember
make sure,
it.
Right? That's what it's.
Have a
turned
pitcher
into.
at the state bar.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you're Spenny, just drink out of that pitcher.
Yeah, for sure.
All it is just a large beer.
It's just a bigger cup.
That's absolutely all it is. Wyatt Baird, Detroit City FC, best sports food venue. That is facts, too.
Yeah, they got
the food trucks.
They got great food
Rick
trucks
said
down
that
there.
too.
Yeah.
Food trucks.
Real cream of wheat. I absolutely hate facts when they counter my opinion.
That's fair.
That seems to be the way that it is. Michael Daniel, I'll be watching USFL instead of the Tigers.
I can't believe
there
the
we
Panthers.
Go. The first game this weekend, Michigan Panthers.
Are they?
I'm not sure. Is it this weekend?
I don't know.
It's coming up.
Maybe we should.
See, I'll run counter to that with you, Michael Daniel. You know when the Tigers play again. I'll give you right. Am I right or am I wrong? I'm not trying to be a deek here, but
you are right. They play at Toronto at I believe 7:07 tonight. Nobody knows when the USFL is playing. Nobody.
Who's starting for the Tigers tonight?
I don't know. Oh no, the big free agent acquisition.
Oh, Matt Boyd.
No.
Eduardo Rodriguez.
Oh,
yeah.
The opening day starter. Should be great. Everything should go well.
Over under, how many home runs did Jays hit tonight? 3?
3. I'd say over 3.
Especially 2. Do you see they move the fences in there?
Yeah.
Every pop up goes to the warning track.
Oh, it's like the Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, it is. It is really electric. Well, I think we did enough damage for one day here.
I'm back. I'm back to normal.
You want to run the sim real quick before we?
Oh, yeah. That's right. Oh man, Spenmo, thanks for being on top of that. Real quick, we wrapped up the Pistons season, and it would not be a complete wrap up. We $50 million in cap space going into next year. They hold their own draft picks this year. The Knicks have no chance of getting it, so it wouldn't be complete. We will do it once and one time only. Your Detroit Records have the worst record. That is how the records sit right there. Sim the lottery.
Oh.
Here we go.
Oh.
Pistons, number 2 pick.
All right, we'll take it. Right?
Wow, the Spurs won the lottery?
Spurs won the lottery.
Even Tankathon understands the assignment.
Surprise.
Absolutely. I would. Here's the question, and this might be, think about it, maybe tomorrow, next week as we get in the draft. Would you rather have the Red Wings picking first overall or the Pistons?
Red Wings.
Right? It puts everybody ahead.
Hey, when we wrap up the Red Wings next week, you're out a few days next week, right?
Yeah, Monday, Tuesday.
Monday, Tuesday, you're out.
We can do it Wednesday.
We'll do the Red Wings wrap on Wednesday. We'll do the Tankathon simulator there too.
There we go.
It works.
Absolutely.
It's a great site, by the way. I'm not paid by them or anything, but Tankathon's
I'm
a
not
great
mad
site.
at two. I'm going scoot, boot, scoot, and boogie. He's a man.
There you go. So appreciate everybody tapping in. For Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Rexter, I'm Neal Ruhl.
Deuces.
Thanks for watching Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.